driving to this next stop. Tired. I don't want to say like tired. More like fatigue, okay? Neither here nor there. Seeing me outside. I thought it's looking like this, but I fire. Feel me? I was sitting here and I was just, just in my thoughts. And I come into the realization, into the understanding that the man that I am, just me in general, and how I've always lived my life. Um, I have a very rebellious spirit, and I don't want to call it a spirit. I just think that that's just part of my DNA. It's part of my genetic makeup to be the rebellious. What I mean by rebellious, not rebellious in forward bringing harm and I'm saying hurting people, but rebellious into rebellious in the space of authority, rebellious in the space of not trying to hear none of that, rebellious in the space of what? Nah, we ain't doing that. And because I'm the type of person that I'm so in control of who I am, and what I do, and look how big my head is. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine me being part of groups, and that's what I realized that when I was a part of groups, it was like I was censored. I couldn't say the things that I really wanted to say because or ask the questions that I wanted to ask because you didn't want to step on nobody's toes. But as I sit back and I look at it and I think about it, and I said, nah, in reality, bro, I can't be a part of anything that's not allowing me to ask questions and have my own thoughts, have my own opinions. You know what I'm saying? Not wanting to live off beliefs. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of it comes from individuals wanting me to, you know, be a part of a belief, right? When I was a part of the Hebrew stuff, I really thought it was about, you know, I really thought it was about being a Hebrew and knowing the Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Like I paid for classes and went to not I said went to school, paid for classes, trying to learn this Hebrew. Like I really thought that this was a language that we needed to learn. And as I'm being around individuals, I realized that the Hebrew language was never a priority to individuals. You know what I'm saying? The Hebrew language, it was just as long as you knew the slangs, it was just fine. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, bro. Come through. Shout out to Rob Jones and 2K. You know what I'm saying? And I realized that I can't be a part of something that does not allow me to be me. And I know a lot of you guys feel the same way. We're in a space now where it's hard for people to be up under individuals, right? When you're in a space where you can receive information and having an opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like they say it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Opinion is like assholes. Everybody got one. And when you're a part of groups, it prevents you from it literally stops you from being yourself. It's like you can be you as long as it's under the guidelines of the group. It's never, this he's him and he's gonna just be what it is, say what it is, and no matter what he says, no matter what he talks about, he's always gonna be he's always gonna be my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have that when you in a group. You know what I'm saying? And there's not a single group that you can find that's for the people that opinions doesn't deteriorate a person from a group. You will never find that, right? Even in the police department is a group. When you look into the fire department, when you look into neighborhoods, gangs, these are all groups, right? And every single group that these people are in, they got rules and regulations that they must follow. And if they don't follow it, you're deemed as an evil person, as a traitor, as wicked. You know what I'm saying? There's so much titles that come along with all of this, but in reality, what we're not realizing is these groups are just stopping you from being who you are. You know what I'm saying? The same way it says when you was born by yourself. And I never understood why individuals thought it was okay to be in a group than being for self. Like I remember, listen, when I joined when I joined the gang, right? And this was like 90, 98, 99. This is how far back I joined the gang. When I joined the gang, bro, I joined the gang because it was like, all right, my man's crip, he's crip. I don't want to be the oddball, but at the same time, I don't want to be the individual that's up under my man's gang. Like that's his set. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to do that. So I went off and I did my own thing. Shout out to my cuz. My cuz introduced me to an individual. The individual, you know what I'm saying? It was a set that was not in my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? It's not where I live. You know what I mean? Nobody knows nothing. And I liked it that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I even joined that was because of that. You feel me? But in reality, though, in all reality, like nah. If it was up to me to be in a gang, and even when I was with the gang, anybody would tell you any situation that I had, I only call 3 or 4 of my close niggas. I don't bring a crowd of niggas. And you see somebody coming with a crowd of niggas, these are the individuals that's looking for entertainment. You know what I'm saying? They're looking to make a scene. They're looking to be absorbed into the fufu. That's what that is, right? Anytime you see niggas like that, real niggas, when there's real niggas in this real situation, bro, you're gonna see 2 or 3 people. I know a person that's about his business when he rolls dolo. There was this dude, shout out, I'm not gonna even say his name, bro. I mean, listen, every neighborhood, every hood had a Debo, bro, every hood. And the fact that I was able to see my son, you know what I'm saying? He's older than me, but the fact to see him calm, a working man, about his money, about his family, like, nah, bro, I gotta go to work in the morning. I'm like, you something like this? And this is how I know, you know, that the ancestors and no matter the circumstances is always gonna be good to you as long as you're trying to be good. And this man was a feared individual, bro. And you know why he was feared? Because that man never rolled with a crowd. Ever. Ever. That's how I knew. You know what I'm saying? And real people will tell you. When you going out to a party, if you're going out to a party and it's 50 niggas going to a party, these people ain't about no action. It's probably that one dude that's there that's about that action. But it's not enough for him to survive the wrath that's gonna come with, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just telling you guys the truth. I'm just telling you guys the truth. You feel me? So I come to that realization that I can't be in no group. I this and I'm thinking about this. I'm listening to a podcast. Shout out to my son Kwame. And then I'm also, just watching my son grow up and just seeing and like literally seeing his characteristics being developed without him having me without me being as present as like his mom says. You know what I'm saying? Like you would think that a child like that will be picking up on his mom. Like, nah, this little nigga is literally like me. You know what I'm saying? And my weird, she like me too, but my little nigga, bro, man, listen, my son duck, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm just saying, my little man is just like me. I'm talking about from top to bottom. Sometimes it's just be scary, and I be saying on my shorty like, oh, bro, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like my oldest son is me mature. You know what I'm saying? My son is me mature. Like I see my son. My son is, you know what I'm saying, about his money, you know what I'm saying, bagging shorty, he's about getting fly, you know what I'm saying, blaming that was me when I was his age. You know what I'm saying? That was me, just chilling. Because I was more involved in the streets, but you know, I was already outside at 8. My son didn't have to be in the streets because he had his dad, he had his uncles, you know what I'm saying? He had the hood, you know what I mean? Like I could tell you stories about my oldest son that would blow your mind. I remember my son, you know what I'm saying, coming out the crib, coming out the crib like 3, 4 years old, still in Pampers, coming out the crib, bro, opening, unlocking the door, and going to his mom's house. His mom used to live up the block. He would literally walk up the block and cross the street, bro. I remember one time my shorty called me. She go like, "Yo," she's like, "How did he get here?" I said, "What are you talking about?" She said, "Yo, did you just drop him off?" I said, "Nah, what are you talking about?" Little nigga crossed the whole entire street, bro. Little nigga, 4 years old, bro. And that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that rebellion. Like that's not rebellion. It's like, nah, I'm gonna go do what I said I was gonna do. That's how I graduated college. When I went to college, somebody what my profession that I graduated with, my degree that I had, hold on. That degree that I had, I wasn't supposed to go to school for that. I wasn't supposed to go to school for humans, for human services, for psychology. That was not what I went to college for. That was not what I went to. I was not even trying to go to college, to be honest. I just wanted to go to a trade school, bro. To be honest, I just wanted to go to a trade school. But when I was speaking to the recruiters and all that, son said something crazy because he judged the book by its cover and he didn't read the mind. He didn't realize that I am beyond. When it comes to intelligence, I am beyond. My intelligence is there. I choose to be here because the things that I talk, things that I see, is a little too advanced for the modern day person. That's why when the movie Sinners came out, this is why when the movie Sinners came out, my whiz looked at me like, yo, bro, yo, you was the one talking about this when this was not even a thought factor. And this is not me trying to be, like I said, this is not me trying to be, you know, picking my own horn and all that. Pause. That's nasty work. I'm just telling you that this is literally what it was for me. You understand? Like this is literally what it was for me. You know what I'm saying? I've always been like that. My pops was like that. My pops was a very rebellious man. You know what I'm saying? My pops moved on his own beat. My son moved on his own beat. My oldest son moved on his own beat. Me, I move on my own beat, bro. And when you move on your own beat, you have your own thoughts, and you're not you was never raised to be suppressed. I was never raised. My mom's let me do what the heck I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I was outside at 8 years old, bro. You're not about to tell me. No, I was what I seen at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, all the way to the age that I have now. Some of these dudes ain't never seen, bro. Some of these dudes ain't never seen. So, and I'm not saying that for clout or bragging rights. I'm saying that in a space of letting you understand, bro. Letting you understand that I am a person that has my own mind. I've seen too much in life for me to have somebody suppress my thoughts, suppress what I see, suppress what I like, suppress what I don't like, suppress what I seem as facts, suppress me from standing on facts. Anybody that don't want you to stand on that, that's a problem, bro. You can't live your life like that. And this is why I can't be in a group. Because when you're in a group, whoever's the group leader sets the rules. The group leader sets the stage. And the group leader will always suppress any threat or anybody that he believes will know more that will take away his power. This is what this is about. This is why I can't be in a group because I'm not here to feed egos. We're not here to feed egos. We're here to gather the facts so we can give this to our children and throw away these lies that we had in our entire lives. Excuse me. We're here to throw away those lies. I don't know why you guys are doing it, but that's why I'm doing it. I gotta throw away the lie. Something gotta give. You know what I'm saying? And when you with a group, whatever that person, the group leader is bringing forth, that's just what it is. Being in a gang is a group. Crip is a group. Blood is a group. Latin King is a group. GDs is a group. PDs is a group. All of these things is groups. These are groups. All of it is being ministered and run by individual. Whatever rule this individual put in place is what you niggas gotta follow. And somebody like me that don't follow rules, I could never listen. I'm gonna show you how gangsta I was, right? If I'm lying, I'm flying. You can ask anybody in my hood that knows me personally. Yo, I was the only crip in my neighborhood that wore nothing but red with a big ass band-aid on it. See, for those that don't know, when you wore red, you're supposed to put the band-aid on to let people know that you stopping the blood. So if I see a band-aid on your shirt, I be like, oh my son Crip was cracking, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Because when there was a war in the hood, and it's not like Chicago. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. I mean, like when we grew up, niggas knuckled up, bro. We knuckled up everywhere. Knuckled up in the movie theaters, knuckled up in the mall, knuckled up on the bus, knuckled up on the train. I done seen niggas get busy on the train tracks, nigga. You understand? And I'm dead serious, bro. Dead serious, bro. You know what I'm saying? We never had to we never, like I said, we never wanted to be in a crowd or nothing. Guns was only used in my community when it was pertaining to dope money, bro. Niggas die for dope money, bro. When you see the kingpins and stuff like that, dope money, the dope niggas, dope money, and the niggas that's robbing the dope dealers. These was the niggas that was getting killed. That's how the original 50 Cent was murdered. That's how a lot of stick up niggas was getting murdered, right? They was robbing niggas for the dope, and niggas was putting hit outs on these niggas. Facts. They was robbing these niggas for their dope, and they was putting hit outs on niggas. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what? How do you come in? Freak this, yeah. Freak this, yeah. Freak this, yeah. Italy. Here, freak here. My bad. You understand? So these was the individuals that was getting booked in my neighborhood. Us growing up, like we would, like we used to love seeing the opposite. And like strictly, if you ever seen that movie, what was that movie called? Warriors. Warriors, and you see a bunch of cliques and gangs. That's how it was, right? And I was a part of that, and I joined that for the thrill. All everything is just for the thrill. All of it is for the moment. Like, wow, all of this, that's cool. All of that, that's cool. You feel me? All of it was for the moment, but in reality, taking that off, but in reality, oh, I feel like I gotta get well, well, but yeah, that's how it was for us growing up. You know what I'm saying? But everything was about a thrill. You know what I'm saying? And as I sit back and I recollect, and I'm just thinking about it, I'm like, yo, why did I do this? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I say to myself, like, why did I join the Hebrew? Why did I join the Hebrew Israelite? Was it the fact that I got a chance? Because in reality, this is what it was, right? We joined these things so we can go outside to feel better about ourselves to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, I joined the Hebrew Israelites, right, and learned and learn about the Bible and learn about this because the thrill was to contradict the Christians and their doctrines and their philosophies, right? And then even with the Hebrews wearing all the fringes and stuff and walking around the Jewish people like, aha, I'm the real one. It was a thrill for that. You know what I'm saying? But then eventually that thrill dies because it goes, all right, so I'm doing this, I'm claiming this. All right, so what are we doing now? What's the next phase? What's the next things we're going to do? Are we going to own something? Are we going to buy property? Okay, because I don't want to keep gathering around people to continuously do the same thing. And when I see the same thing and I see that it's becoming repetitive, I start doing stuff, right? I start doing my own thing. Like, oh, all right, this is what we doing. All right, cool. Yo, Shorty, what's up? What you dealing with? Yeah? All right, cool. What's up? You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to this final group that I was a part of, me personally, I really didn't do nothing besides speak facts. I didn't step on no toes. I didn't violate no oath. I didn't disrespect nobody. All I did was state the facts and let it be known that we can't let our NOB or solely be on a book or anything that was written that we know that it was rewritten numerous of times, bro, before it got to our hands, bro. You must understand where the origin of certain things come from. We want to force ourselves to believe this madness. I can't. And this is what the groups do. The group prevents you from saying, hold on, this don't make sense. And then asking the question like, yo, I need you to explain this. I need you to fix that. You know what I'm saying? And if you're unable to fix that, then I can't support what you're telling me to sell. Right? I sold drugs, bro. When I went to the plug, right? And I went to go see, the batch was good. All right. I'm gonna see you again. I see you on Tuesday. If I picked it up on Sunday, I'm gonna see you on Tuesday. Cause shit was going when it was fire. If it was trash, all right, cool. I let it rock because you presented me with fire shit before. Niggas make mistakes. Shit happens. This is life. It's cool. All right, no problem. I come back to you again and you do the same shit. You're not gonna see me the third time. Because while I'm purchasing this and I got it now and I know that it's fire, I know that it's trash, excuse me, I'm already on the phone with my next man. See, when you a hustler, you got plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Yo, if this nigga joint is trash, I'ma holler at my next son. Yo, bro, yo, what's up? Yo, you got something for me? What's out there? Yo, pull up. Pull up. Join fire, say no more. We stay with this nigga. Now I'm operating with homie until homie fuck up. Because that's how the game go. Guess what, people? This is life as well. If you presenting me a story, the story has to make sense. You have to pinpoint the dots. And if you as confident in what you believe in, which you are entitled to, you are entitled to believe and follow what you believe in. But upon that belief, you are also obligated to show people why you believe this, especially when you're trying to teach people. You can't teach me, and I ask you a question as a student to the teacher, you don't have an answer. That becomes a problem. That becomes a problem. And a man of my stature, a man of my nature, an individual that an individual with the things that I've been saying in the beginning of this live, somebody with my state of mind, it's hard for me to be a part of a group. I guess I'm weird. I guess I'm the one that is not meant to be in a group. I'm not meant to be up under anybody and anyone. That's weird. That's retarded. You know what I'm saying? And anything that I joined, it was only to receive knowledge and wisdom because life is all about evolving, elevating. Thank you. This is all you got to offer me. I appreciate that, my guy. I got to go this way. This is all that you sure this is all you got? This is all the knowledge that you got? This is all you're presenting to the table? All right, cool. It's not enough for me. It's not enough for me to stick around and 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 hold back what I need to find. One thing you can never get back is time. And I can't hold that back trying to figure out if what you're telling me is believable or not. Just can't. But yo, I'm gonna make this run. I'm here. I didn't even think I was gonna come this fast, but you know I'm from Brooklyn. You know how we move. Um, I want to talk about this black pope. I want to talk about this black cardinal that thought he was gonna be a pope. I want to talk about that. I really do. So I will be on later on. And if I'm not on tonight, the verdict will be tomorrow, bright and early. I'm thinking about starting to push it a little earlier. Like I said, you know, Saturdays I try to enjoy it with the fam. You know what I'm saying? Go out, eat, you know, do family time. You know what I'm saying? Because this is literally the only time you have to be with your loved ones. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not me, like I said, I'm not subjecting myself from I don't want to say from, I'm not subjecting myself to European ideology. No disrespect. It is what it is. It's your brother, man.